I tripped. Yeah. Morning. Day 8. Ben said it's day 8. I wasn't sure if it's day 7 or day 8, but I'm going to go with day 8 because Ben's got folders that says it's day 8. There's Ben behind me. So yesterday, I don't know how long, we didn't do that much yesterday, did we?
No.
Well, we did, but we wasn't down for many hours. But we're almost done on this one side, which is really exciting because then we get to start on the other side. We have so much chipping to do today. These are the piles to be cut and then chipped. So we've got this here up to there, and then the giant one here. And that's got to be chopped to be chipped, but this tree looks amazing. It almost looks like it stood upright, whereas it didn't before. It's not stood upright, but it looks like it is. And then it's a start. There's not many to do on this one, just take away the real low hanging branches here. And then there's a little bit broken from one of the storms. If I can focus in the right area. I can't see it. Let's get closer. There we are. Yeah, that here, there. That come down in the storm, so that's in over the ditch, and then we'll be focusing our attention on this side.
That path makes a difference. Doesn't need a lot.
But it's got a right move on.
So a little bit of a change from our planned day. As you saw, Dawn's been hedge trimming along the floor just to take the ivy down a little bit and the brambles before we get the mower down. and then she decided she was going to take the rake to the ditch, and all of a sudden the ditch started to flow, as you would expect a ditch to. So now
the rake to the ditch though with good intentions of raking out what I'd already cut, and then I saw the water flow, and then I got really excited, and then I thought, oh, if I could just open that little bit under the tree it can flow. And then I thought, if I just did this little bit up here it could flow a little bit more. So if I just do this little bit here it can flow some more. But we've got a tree down there.
Yeah, we've got a broken branch there, so that was actually planned today, that we were going to lop her off the ends.
But yeah, this tree's down and has messed the root of the ditch, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it's blocked the ditch.
There's another tree down behind and that stopped it as well, but if we can free this, maybe it will drain properly from
further up.
Yeah, from our baby ditches.
Yeah.
Up the top. I don't like it when trees creak. Oh.
Yeah, it says it sways.
No, that's moving. Where I've cut one.
No, I think it says the tree sways, it gets moved.
Yeah, okay. If it hits me on the head,
yeah,
it's your fault.
Okay. So what was planned to get this tree out of the way is now happening, so Dawn can get the rake in the ditch a little bit more.
And it's a little bit soul destroying because the amount of buds.
Yeah, it was the last storm that broke this branch off.
All the buds that are on it.
We've been really lucky and we haven't lost any more trees. All the trees that are lying down were lying down, weren't they?
Yeah, they've been.
And through the storms we've come down each time.
This has been our only
casualty
really, this bit.
Yeah, we've had a couple of lumps of ivy come off, but never mind. But this is the only. It's a lovely tree. There's
I don't really mind when the ivy comes off.
There's very little ivy on it. It's a willow tree, but it is our only casualty, and unfortunately, it's a healthy branch. Not really sure why it came down. Maybe it wasn't that healthy.
No. But it's got so many buds on it.
But the ditch, it's still flowing a little bit, but it has got rid of its initial burst of water. And we also appreciate that this has had a lot of years of leaves and debris and what have you. So although it's only on the surface at the moment, there's probably a lot of sludge to be dug out. But it's a start. Any moving water in the ditch is just a help to the top of the land for us. Yeah.
Quite deep.
Dawn's lost her welly.
Oh, that does go deep.
Oh.
I might need your help.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Here you go. Ready?
No, that's it.
So yeah, we were right. We're under no illusion that it's a lot deeper ditch than it appears. There's a lot of sludge in there.
It reminded me of the time when I was a kid. At sea salter. I think it was sea salter when we were little. And we had wellies on. And we went, it's a beach sea salter because not many people are going to know. And we went out because the tide had gone out. And it was that black sludgy once the tide's gone out.
Like Western-super-Mare.
Oh, and the fear where you're stuck.
Yeah.
And you take your foot out and your welly's still in the ground. That's what that was like.
When you have to take your wellies to the beach, you know it's muddy, don't you?
Yeah. It's not that you mind your wellies getting stuck. It's if you fall.
Yeah.
And then you land in that. I don't want to land.
No. Do you want me to hop across the other side of the bank and cut those off? Unless you want to hop across the bank.
I can go that way, can't I?
Yeah.
I'll just get the bits off here.
We were saying, when was it? Let me press this button and turn me round. There I am. We were saying that when the chipper's not running, you hear the birds, and it sounds like it's a soundtrack. It's like we've overlaid the sound of the birds on top of the video. And I came up with the idea of listing the birds that we've got flying around and doing whatever they're doing. And I can't say I'd ever seen a bullfinch until the other day, and there's a bullfinch. And yeah, so it'd be nice to list the birds that we do have here.
Yeah.
Because it really isn't a soundtrack, it is.
No, they just sing.
They just constantly
all
sing.
Day.
There's a lot of robins, or...
No, there's just one robin.
Just one, just egg.
One.
Just egg.
Yeah, there's not lots. He comes everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of I think they're European robins. They're certainly not the same robins you get in Canada and the States and things. But you do hear the robins all day long. And then the great tits.
Yeah,
and the blue tits. And the
tits.
chaffinches. They all sing. But yeah, maybe I'll do a list of the birds that we have around us all day long. But there we go.
You should.
Okay, I will.
No.
Okay, I'm on it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That showed it. You watch the tree die now.
Yeah. Well, didn't you say that the bark has to be dead all the way round or cut all the way round?
Yeah, if you take a band of bark all the way around the tree, it dies.
This area seems to have been hit quite hard with trees going down, doesn't it? There's a bit of a mangled
I'm leaving that there.
mess of we're not sure how many in there.
Yeah, quite a few.
Mm.
It's on a little island.
Yeah, it's made its own island.
Yeah.
That's why this ditch has kind of made a couple of different areas.
Extra ditches.
Yeah, because it can't get under the tree, but I'll drag some of that out as much as I can. Right, good morning. Day, not sure. Ben can have a look through his folders and see what day this is. I'm not 100% sure. Could be day 7, could be day 8. Anyway, these are the ditches. And this is where I opened up, or not opened up, scraped back some of the old vegetation. And luckily overnight we had a lot of rain, so get to see that they're actually seem to be running really nicely. That's a bit where this post is, and then there's barbed wire there that unfortunately has been crushed by this tree. That's the boundary line for the farmer's field next door, so it sort of comes in a bit in this area and then comes back along, obviously, the ditch here. But it seems to be running quite nicely. It's going to need a lot more than just a quick scrape back, but really pleased with, because we had a lot of patches that were I can't go as far as to say bone dry because nothing on this land is going to be bone dry. But where branches had fallen and then all the leaves had caught up against them and created little dams here and there, so patches had gone dry. I tried to dig out as much under that tree. It will need a little bit more. But I must have dug or scraped enough because it runs all the way through to the other side. That's where that tree is there. It'll need a little bit more all the way along up under that tree over there, and then I shall keep trying to come around here without tripping over. I'll try and keep you focusing on the area so you can see where I'm talking about. So all along here, back to the other side of this tree, and it's all flowing really nicely. Maybe caught up a little bit up here, but you can see here that it's got the little flow on. Under there. Right. I'll keep you on the area. I've got to be really careful because there's so many piles of logs. And then back along under here. And it comes along. Flowing nicely. Got some little trickly patches where the branches are stopping it a little bit. Look at that. Obviously, like I just said, it still needs a fair old bit of work. But it's really nice to see it actually moving instead of stagnant. You can smell it where I've moved it all along. And that's another thing, the ground is very damp. There we go. Now, it's quite non-moving here, so I think this needs a little bit more scraping in places. There's a little patch there. There's a branch down, and you can see where it's flowing up and over it, and I think that's what's slowing the rest of it down. And come around and around. So there, and there needs quite a bit more scraping back. I was starting to lose the light in the end, so this patch here, when the camera catches up, does need quite a bit of scraping back. I've just, there we go, and this is the last patch before then it runs into the farmer's field at the end. So we got this patch here that I need to scrape back a little bit more, just around here. I've just pulled some branches out of there, but I need to get over and clear that, because it is then running nicely, as it should, into the complete ditch. So when these get done properly, it'll be really good, and hopefully we dig some, or drag some trenches along the land into that, because since we've cut the trees, these willow trees where I am at the moment, there's a lot more moisture to the ground, I suppose, where the rain can get straight onto the ground rather than being stopped by the willows first. So yeah, just wanted to give you a quick update on the ditches, and I'm going to do some chopping to do the pile for the chipping, because we've got 2-3 piles of chipping to do at the moment behind me there. Sort those, and then I'm not sure if I will start turning around on this side of the land, or I'm going to make you dizzy again and go, I'll spin you around, it'll be easier. If I can do it. Turn, please turn. There we go. So to here is where I dragged the ditch out yesterday, a bit further up actually, and I might go further up because there's obviously all the way up to the top there where I did the little trenches out the back of the house, and then in between the two buildings we said it would go all the way through, and that's where I need to start from. So not sure yet. I'd like to get the trenches done, because then it's done from the top all the way down. Even though it still needs the work, it's just a little bit to get it running. So I don't know, we'll see how the day goes. It's forecast to rain quite a bit today, so I think it's just going to get muddier and muddier out here.